we're going to do a little roller class today. So if you have this size roller, or even a little smaller or large, it'll still work. So we're going to actually start by holding on to our roller. Start with just a little bit of warm up for a moment here. Just feet separated, sits bone width apart. Start with a couple squats here. That back, chest lifts. We're going to warm up our body a little bit before we get to rolling and stretching. 2 and 1, and then we're going to step our feet wide to the side, shoulder width apart, and then again sitting back and lifting up. Gauge to those inner thighs on the way up. Feel like you're pulling your heels together on the floor. 2 and 1 to hold, little pulses. Last 4, 3, 2, 1, and then standing all the way up. You're going to bring it up overhead. We're going to side bend and come up and over, getting some lateral flexion, up and over. Couple more here. One more each side. And then all the way down. We're going to walk the feet together into our small Pilates V, and then take a few plies here. Working through that rotation in the hips. Squeeze through those sits bones. Shoulders down the back, zipping up. And 2. And 1, and then we're going to hold here. Keep your hips stable. Bring the roller out in front of you. We're going to rotate to the right and left. Make sure that roller stays in the center of your chest. You don't let your arms move beyond your chest. Everything stays center, and you keep your hips facing forward. So your back of the knee should stay together. No rotation in the hips, just through that thoracic spine. One more each side. And lower down. I'm going to come to the mat here. We're going to lift up and then contract up and over, scoop to the belly, reach to the floor. Soften those knees if needed. Otherwise, pulse towards the floor. Make sure you're looking at your thighs. You're not looking forward, right? Your head is down towards the mat. And then place the roller on the mat, bend the knees, and then extend up. Each time you're extending, think nose to knees. A little deeper each time. Belly in. Last 2. And 1. And then we're going to come all the way down to the floor. So however you want to gracefully do that, get all the way down onto the floor. All right, so we're going to start with our roller out in front of us, and then we're going to have our right foot on. So we always watch for our little bony landmarks. You want to make sure you don't go right behind the knee, but we're going to start at the ankle, and then just get yourself comfortable with your hands behind you however you like, and then you can choose. If you have this roller that has all these different knobs, you get to choose where you want to be. So the smaller knobs are going to be a little bit more intense. So you're going to press down into the roller as you roll to about the middle of your calf and then back to the heel. We usually do about 3 rolls in each place. And then we're going to go to about that middle, and then you're going to kind of wag your toes, right? So side to side. So this would be like our restore class in your Club Pilates. All right, and now you're going to just bring it towards you a little bit, and then you're going to be rolling from that mid-calf to just above your knee. Just bend the knee, and you're pressing down into it to kind of massage. So it's your little self-massage going on here. Just working through the meaty part of your calf right through the center, and then you'll pause there at the middle, and then go side to side. So you might find a spot that's a little bit tighter. If that's the case, just kind of like maybe dig into that a little bit, going side to side. All right, and now we're going to move it up to where it's above the knee. So again, you want to make sure you're not behind the knee. You're going to have to use your arms behind you a little bit to lift yourself up. So you're going to be getting some arm work here. So we're going to be rolling from the knee to the middle of the thigh and back. You can also use the press of this opposite foot into the floor to help kind of get your weight off of your wrists. Good. And then we get about the middle position and we wag our toes side to side. Okay. And then you'll come a little bit closer. Now you go from the mid-thigh to right under the base of the buttocks, rolling yourself forward and back. And again, you can use the press of this left heel into the floor to help you roll forward and back. So again, mid-thigh to right underneath your sits bone. Call that the smile line. And then find kind of that mid position. And again, we go side to side, a little internal and external rotation. Good. All right, and then you're going to switch legs here. So we're going to go down to right above that heel and then go forward to the mid calf and back. Go forward and back. And play with where you want your roller. And then find that meaty part there in the center and wag your toe left to right. Internally and externally rotating. Get as much pressure in there as you feel comfortable. All right, I'm going to move mine a little bit so I get a little bit more where the fingers are. All right, so now you're going to have mid-calf on there and then roll to just above the knee and back. You put your own pressure into it, so you get to decide how deep you want to make this. And then find that mid-calf, side to side. Most of us are going to be usually a little bit tighter on that inner side of that calf, or it's a little bit more meaty. All right, and then we'll move it up to right behind or above the knee, and then we roll to the mid thigh and back. Just kind of try to relax into it as much as you can. And then about in that mid position, you'll go right to left, internal and external rotation. And then we go from that mid to that smile line right at the base of the buttocks. Forward and back. The more you relax into it, the more weight you'll get into that thigh. You can internally rotate a little bit. That feels good. And then find that mid position and again wag side to side. Good. All right, from here, we're going to continue with our back side. So you're going to take it to that low sacrum, and then you're going to have your hands behind you. You're just going to kind of roll a little bit, just to the top of the bone. So you don't want to go above where you don't have any bones, like into that kidney area. Just go from like the sacrum to the top of the hip bones. Just rolling out through that sacrum. All right, and then we're going to roll back, and then you'll have a seat on top. And then I'm going to turn just a little bit to the side here. Let's have our right glute on here, and then you're going to cross your left ankle, and then you lean into that right side. So you're going from the sits bone, that bony part of your butt there, to the top of the hip. So we're working through that whole glute area. And if you find a tight spot, maybe just hang out in there. Otherwise, just keep rolling back and forth. It's really good to loosen through your glutes, especially since we're probably doing a bit more sitting now. This will help with any low back issues that might be coming from extra sitting that's going on these days. All right, so we'll switch sides. You might move your roller a little bit over. Find your left glute, cross your right ankle in that figure 4, and then roll from that bony part to the top of the hip. So bone to bone, basically, we're rolling through your glutes. Couple more here. Again, if you find a meaty part or part that feels tight, just hang out in there. Maybe do your rock side to side. All right, so now we're going to come off of there. We're going to place it, now you want it below or underneath where your ribs are at. So again, make sure you're not where your kidneys are at. We have no extra bones. And then you're going to use your feet on the floor, support your head in your hands. And then you're going to lift your bum, and then you're going to roll to just about the tips of the shoulder blades and back to that bottom rib. Couple there. Might hear a little cracking, bones releasing. All right, then you're going to go from the tips of the shoulder blades, walk your feet away a little bit, and then you'll pull yourself to the top of those shoulder blades and then to the bottom of the shoulder blades. Bring your elbows in towards you, feel a bit more muscle release there. Just using the feet, rolling forward and back to massage through that upper spine. So you don't want to go to the neck, so be careful that you're not going too high. You're going just from the tips of the shoulder blades to the tops of the shoulder blades. All right, and then we'll come off of there. You're going to roll onto your stomachs. You're going to bring the roller, let's go to our right thigh. Your left leg will be off to the side, and you'll have it above your knee again. And then you can kind of come down on your forearms, kind of like an army crawl. And just play that left leg out to the side, and again, try to relax as much into that ball, or the roller as much as you can. So again, we're going from the knee to about the middle of the thigh. Now this is good if you've been spending time on the couch with your feet up on your ottomans. It actually tightens your quads, so this is good to do if that's you. All right, so find that part that's right in between, and then again we go side to side, little wag, side to side, internal, external rotation. Good, and now you go from that mid-thigh, you'll be rolling back, doing your army crawl to the top of your hips and then to the middle of the thigh. So use your elbow plank to push you back and pull you forward. And then find that middle spot right in between, and again side to side, little wag, internal, external. Let's go a little bit further up, so you're right above that crease where your hip is at. Let's hold there for a few. Try to relax as much as you can, and then roll up a little further. Hold here for a few breaths. Releasing through those hip flexors that again get tight through sitting, and then let's try to relax all the way into that. All right, and then we'll switch sides. So go forward some a little bit more on the mat, and then we place it right above the knee. Right leg will go out to the side, and then come down onto all fours. So we're at the top of the knee. Make sure you're not on the kneecap, and push yourself to the mid-thigh and back. Mid-thigh and back. And then right there in the center, wag side to side. Whew. I'm tight there. You can feel that muscle rolling. All right, so now we go mid-thigh, push myself back a little bit, and then you're gonna roll to the top, and then pull yourself back. Right where that hip crease is, and then back. And I'm using my right leg to kind of help me go forward and back, as well as my forearms. Core's in tight. And then we'll go midway and wag side to side. And then come back a little. Rest into that. And then back a little. Breathe into that, trying to relax as much as you can. And then back right at that crease, relaxing into it as much as you can. All right, we're going to come up from there. We're going to go onto our sides. We're going to be rolling out the back of we're going to be rolling out our arms. So you're going to be rolling to the elbow and back to the wrists. So I have my palm facing you. And then you go palm down. More going through that forearm, wrist to elbow. And just about 3 rolls. And then we'll move it to where it's underneath the arm. Roll away. And then rotate that palm down. Again, see how I'm using this arm to help me roll it forward and back. Also my core. Little lateral flexion. Good. And then you're going to bring it, so you're going to want right underneath the armpit. You're going to go at that lat and then push forward and back. 2 and 1, and then we'll switch sides. Okay. So start with the palm facing me, and then we'll go forward and back to about that wrist and then elbow. And then rotating the palm down, getting that forearm. So this will be a good class to come back to if you're doing our mat classes every day. Maybe do this once a week. Be really good for you. All right, and then we'll go to palm in towards me and getting that upper arm. Working through that tricep. And then rotate the palm down and again forward and back. One more here, and then we'll bring it towards us. Get right underneath that armpit, working through that lat, and use your body weight to go forward and back. Whew. So basically it's from that shoulder to the ribs. You don't really want to go on to those ribs too much, so just getting that lat. And then done. All right, I'm going to do a little bit more here. So you're going to just hold on to that roller. Let yourself lower all the way onto the mat, and then lift the hips up if needed. You just want it underneath your sacrum. And I like to just relax here for a moment, really let my sacrum open. You can have your hands to the side or hold on to your roller. And then you're going to place your feet like in a diamond position and let your hips open here. And let your shoulders relax. Make sure you can move your head from side to side. You're not on your neck. Pressing those hips open. Shoo the flies away. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and hold on. Lift those legs up all the way to the ceiling. All right, we're going to go into circles. Bring the legs towards you. Circle around. Opening through those hips. Just keep your hands on your roller so it doesn't move away from you. Just feel that tailbone reach and circle. Make sure you're not going too low. Feeling your abs a challenge, but not going into your low back. And then we'll reverse it. Just press down and circle back. looks beautiful out. One more. And then bend those knees in towards your chest. All right, we're going to finish here with a little bicycle. So reach your legs up, right leg comes towards you, left leg goes away. Then you're going to bend that left knee. Right leg's going to go straight down. Right knee bends, left leg goes straight. Left knee bends, then right, left, and right. And then you'll reverse it. Right knee bends, we go low, bring that left leg straight back, opening through the hip. Legs together, bend your knees, roll that roller away, lower yourself all the way down to the floor. Good. Grab onto the back of your thighs, rock and roll yourselves up. Right, you're going to place the roller behind your head, roll all the way down. We're just going to relax here for a moment. Bring your arms by your side, and then roll your chin to the right, and then to the left, and to the right, and to the left, right, and left. One more right and left. A little massage to the neck, and then you'll lift your head, release it, bring your arms all the way down by your side, and then imagine a little quarter size circle you're going to make with your nose going around. And then reverse that circle. Make a little bit chin to the chest, circling around. And then from here, we're going to take our right leg up, flex that foot, take that right arm up overhead. And then I want you to reach the heel, reach the arm oppositionally, reach, and then relax. So like think of something at your heel, push it away, and then reach your fingertips and release. So you got coronavirus at your heels, push it away, reach through your fingertips and release. And one more, reach, push away and reach with your fingers and release. And then we'll switch. So make sure you have the same arm as leg. So right knee will bend in, left leg extends, reach to that heel, reach through that left arm. So left heel reaches right arm, reaches for that stretch to that whole side, and then relax out of it. Reach, pressing that heel into the floor, and relax. Reach the heel, reach the fingers, and relax. One more, reach, and relax. All right, so I'm going to roll over onto my side and then come to a quadruped position. We're going to finish here. Heel the hands underneath your shoulders, knees separated the width of your hips, and then press through the heel, the hands around through the spine, chin to chest. You're an angry cat, and then sway the back. So sits bones open, chest lifts, and then tuck through that tail, scoop through the belly, press through the heel, the hands around that spine, up, shoulder blades like a mountain peak up towards the ceiling, and then sway the back, opening those sits bones, lifting through that sternum, feel that ab stretch, and then tuck through that tail, scoop through the belly, eyes to the thighs, and then sway the back like you're an old horse. We're going to tuck those toes, round through the spine, walk yourself back, keep walking, walking into your little Pilates ball, and then pulse. 2, 3, 4. Try to keep the heels lifted, lengthen your legs up to the ceiling, and then lower the heels, and then lift the heels, and lower, and lift the heels, and lower. Hope you feel a little bit more stretched out here, like from the beginning of the class. Maybe you felt a little bit tighter. Hopefully you feel a little bit looser. Pulse your chest towards your thighs, and then we'll shake our heads no, releasing any tension in your neck, and then nodding your chin towards your chest. Feel it stretch the upper neck and back, and then soften those knees. Keep the chin towards the chest. Let those arms drape, slowly rolling up. Tucking that tail, stacking everything up. Inhale, big lift. And thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed that class. See you later.